Well, good evening and welcome to Not Just Another Sports Show. It is episode number 3. It's all codes, all passion, one show. Well, my name is Earl. I'm one of the hosts of this prestigious show. And tonight I've got the man himself once again back in the driving seat. Yeah, I'm like an, what you call it? Passenger queen, passenger princess. Well, he's back. He is the Z himself. I know I'm not talking about CR7. I'm talking about the man with the hose, the man with the silence. It is Kapow!
Ja,
Ja.
goeienaand weer eens en goeienaand allemaal van julle wat na episode 3 kyk van Not Just Another Sport Show, rechtstreeks hier van Athena Restaurant, die tuiste van sport. En het is lekker om weer terug te wees hier so saam met die span en ons gaste, klomp gaste vanaand, maar ek moet sê, die dorp, die parel is vanaand van gister af eier, het al verdeeld, né? Grootslede.
So my question is, which side of the fence you on?
Wel, iemand gaan nou vir my vra, ek moet nog een mooi draai vir die camera hierso. Iemand het vir my, hoe sê, 'n streep getrek. Ek het vir 'n blou streep gevra en ek het gesit daar en toe sê die toe klaar vir kleur is en die mense kom en ek kyk, hulle sê, gaan kyk maar meneer of jy tevrede is met jou blou streep. En dit is gemis mense wat dit aan my gedoen het.
Okay, all right. So I don't know where you're sitting, but anyway, listen, it's been an absolutely phenomenal week as well and weekend. But I've got to tell you, we've got a huge competition here at Athena's. It is a full ball happening for the month of August. So it's the Augusta in August at Athena's. And it's free. So if you've got 4 guys, I've got my team ready. Got the fire truck, wheelchair, and I don't know, cameraman, and a production man, and a other man that's going to be playing our 4 ball. So we're going to be 6.
Ja, want ek moet sê die pryswenners van hierdie vuurbal kompetisie hier by Athena's, dis is die tuiste van sport. Dit is bier vir 'n jaar. En wie sal dan nou sê nee vir bier vir 'n jaar? Dis wel?
Okay, but I wonder what I'm going to win. So probably water.
Nee, gemmerbier, maar ons sal vir jou by die kerk bestel dat gemmerbier, want hulle sê die kerk se gemmerbier. Dit maak nie klik.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to move away from that. So what's happening throughout the show today? We've got the old boys. Get you over the old boys, or if it's the golden oldies, we're going to have to see. Ask them because they're all great, almost like in mine, just better. So we're going to be chatting to them, and then we've got one of Paul's fastest ladies joining us as well. Faith that is joining us. And then we're going to be finding out also from what Paul Code is happening, what's going to happen this weekend with Club Rugby. And let's not forget, I'm excited about the Curry Cup. That's also happening throughout the show. But you know what? Before we go anywhere, episode number 3, and we got a brand new sponsor on board as well. We've got Lucky Auto Cars and Car Wash that joined us, and they gave us a Liquor Mini Cooper, which is coming this week as well. So you'll be seeing the car around. You'll either be seeing a Branderman or you're going to be seeing me in it, all smiles, and yeah, we're going to do this.
As ek die voertuig bestuur, al wat ek wil hoor is net so. Dan sal ek net sê, as sal ek stop en ek sal daarmee julle praat, man. Dis wat ek doen.
Okay, so yeah, make sure that you go out to battle affordable second-hand cars with Lucky Auto Cars. All right, so let's get to the show. We're going to find out what happened over the past weekend. There was Curry Cup, there was Club Sport, there was Wisdom Promise, there's a Groot Eida, and so much more. We're back after this.
Hou jy van golf? Dan is Athena's sy Indo-Cup net vir jou. Skryf jou vuurbal gratis in en speel die ikoniese Augusta-baan op 'n wêreldklas golfsimulator. Kwalifiserende rondes vind plaas 3 tot 28 Augustus met die finaal op 29 Augustus. Die wenspan wen 'n jaar se biervoorraad by Athena's. So bespreek voor 31 Julie om jou plek te verseker. WhatsApp ons op 079 667 2894 vandag. Athenas, die tuiste van Parel Sport.
All right, welcome back to Not Just Another Sports Show. Kapal, there was a lot happening this past weekend. We're first going to have a look at the Curry Cup. Holland, I'm not going to talk about it.
Ons moet praat daaroor.
Okay.
Ons moet praat daaroor want daar's 'n wanpersepsie van die Stormers 15-tal en die Boland Cavaliers. Ons moet een ding moet ons onthou, alhoewel die Stormers 'n dragslag gekry het, en die Boland is albei is professioneel want dis 'n Karibebeker reeks, maar die Stormers 15-tal is die geleenthede. Dit is amper soos 'n kweekskool. Dit is van die seuns en die mans wat 'n paar jaar gelede die skool verlaat het, wat by die universiteit is, wat deurkom in die struktuur om vir hulle die geleenthede te gee en miskien opgeroep te word vir die Verenigde Rugby Kampioenskap wat boonop oor 'n paar maande begin. En net om duidelikheid te kry dat die Stormerspan het reeds Vrydag begin oefen vir hulle wedstryd komende Saterdag of komende Vrydag, volgende weekend Vrydag teen die magtige All Blacks.
I think that that's going to be exciting one, but I do think that it's going to be it's going to be a learning school for them. Because the questions already is who's going to take the number 10 jersey for the Stormers, and I think Yakin Ahmed, because he did exceptionally well in the championship, he's taking the number 10 jersey. Sasha is obviously gone with the Springboks, so there's opportunities. I think Yuri Mati is going to be mentioned. But I want to get to the Curry Cup. It was round 2 for this past week. I think you've got the results in front of you, so where do we stop?
Ja, ons begin eers dan vir die Cheetahs wedstryd wat Vrydag gaan begin is en 'n man in blond. Dit is geen anders as Faf de Klerk. Hy het uitgedrap daar op die 9 in die 9 try dan vir die Cheetahs. Die Cheetahs klop dan die Sharks 15-tal. Dit is die Sharks 15-tal. 43-21 en toe het die Griek was weer eens vir die Bulle, my span,
pak gegee.
Ja, ook so half en al rugby les gegee, 56-26 en dan die Lions en die Pumas, hulle het kragtig mee daar op Elspark in die guns van die Lions 52-29 en dan die Boland, die Cavs, die Boland Cavaliers, hulle het in die Stormers 15-tal dan 41-3 gewen. Ek wil gewoon net weer eens hier stop, jammer, ek wil net weer eens hier stop. Ons moet soos ek nog gepraat het, want die sosiale media het gegons oor wat kan aan in die Stormers, wat kan aan die Weskaap provinsie, net om duidelikheid te gee en net vir die mense buite gerus te stel, onthou, hulle almal sê hulle is 'n bouproses, maar gee die jong span 'n kans wat graag top rugby wil speel en ek het gesien in die sosiale media en in die nuus, sportnuus, dat daar word nou beoog dat 9 spanne moet deelneem aan die Karibebeker. Ons weet nou al klaar, ek gaan nou vir jou sê wie is die 4 spanne wat in die semifinaal gaan speel. Dit is die Pumas, dit is die Lions, dit is die Bulle, nie die Bulle nie, Boland, Griquas, en Cheetahs en die Bulle en the better counts.
Okay, all right. It's going to be an exciting next couple of weeks, especially with the Curry Cup. And I've got a surprise, but not tonight. Possibly by next week, I've got a surprise for you, as well as for you. That's going to be happening soon. So you all have to do is stay tuned to subscribe to the show. Go on to our socials. Stay there because the surprise is coming.
Ja, en hierdie naweek se wedstrydbepalings dan is ronde nommer 3. Dit is dan die Griquas. Hulle speel komende Vrydag speel hulle teen die Cheetahs om 7uur en dan die Stormers 15-tal. Hulle speel teen die Sharks 15-tal. Dit kan 'n interessante een wees om te kyk wie doen die beste vir die ontwikkeling van die provinsiale rugby dan. En dan die Lions, ek my kop nou krap. Die Lions, hy's die Jukskei derby. So hier by die Parel se derby. Die Lions, hy's dan die Bulle.
I think the Lions are going to take that one, so.
Wie?
Lions.
Ek het geen twyfel dat die leeu's dit kan vat nie. En dan Sondag 'n groote ook dan daar in Wellington Boland Stadion. Dit is wanneer die Boland Cavaliers dan vir die Pumas gaan huisves. So indien die Boland die Pumas gaan klop komende Sondag, dan weet ek hulle is 'n gunsteling om in die finaal te speel.
Okay, because it's always going to be home. They home matches, and they still need to go play away. It's been actually it's proven since last year. The away matches and home matches it's totally different. But
Ja, en onthou verlede jaar wat in ronde nommer 2 toe Boland daar op Nieuweland kan speel het, toe's al die Stormers spelers terug. En daar was groot pandemonium en mense het, hoe kan die Stormers dan nou die ware manne inbring?
yeah, it was, but it was a rugby season again.
Rugby
But,
op einde van die dag.
Let's quickly have a look at some of the club results as well. Die groot uitdag this past weekend. Roses United and all those other clubs which also played. There we go. Sierra Silva 84-14. Sierra winning that one. Bella Vista Newtons. It was always going to be tight.
Ja, altyd, maar wat vernieuwings, om nou op hierdie stadium weg te speel en vir die magtige Bella Vista te wen, so, is 'n groot mannekop vir julle.
Yeah, then we had Evergreens and Woolsley. Woolsley this season, it's like a pendulum. It's then win, then lose, then win, then lose. But yeah.
Maar onthou, Evergreens en Woolsley, hulle twee is die manne, hulle is twee spanne wat veg vir laaste, hoe is het, voorlaaste en laaste. So, dit is die twee spanne, maar welke dan Evergreens van die Parel, daar by Nieuwedrif, daar my kant, my wêreldse kant dan daar, hulle gaan deurkom, moet net nie stres daaroor
Yeah,
nie.
the Roses United Delicious 34-32, very tight one as well. Hamlet, Young Blues, okay, Hamlet taking that one 33-24. I think it's the top of the table battle between the Roses and Hillcrest. Hillcrest obviously looks like a stronger team this year.
Hillcrest lyk na die sterk span, maar Hillcrest op die punte leer, wys jy, hulle is 'n sterk span.
Alright.
Ek sê maar net, ek weet jy gaan hoe sê jy? Indoen.
It's going to be a tough weekend. It's going to be an interesting weekend again. This coming weekend. All right, Western Province. Let's have a look at that as well.
Interessant.
Super League B. We kick started B. Very interesting. Young People's, NPK, Vineyards, All Saints, Violets. It's been huge totals that actually came through.
Ja, gaan jy Superliga A se uitslag onthou?
Yeah, you can go through Superliga B. You can do B?
Okay, ons gaan gou na die B afdeling toe. Ek was gelukkig Saterdag daar by Tel Josephat waar die by die rugbyvelde waar Young Peoples en die Hemedies gespeel het. Ek het ook daar legende ontmoet van SA Rugby, Saro Rugby, dis Anwa Majid. Ek het 'n onderhoud met hom gevoer ook. Maar Young Peoples val gelukkig vas 7-13 en dan NTK, wat kan jy nou daarvan sê? Leer vir die manne van die Parel, vir Vineyards, 'n rugbyles, 71-19, en dan Violets Kaapstad 43, Orsens 21, St. George 20, en dan Collisions, moenie speel met daai manne nie, 35, en dan Goodwood 33, Belha, toen verskriklik goed 44, en dan helaas in CPUT, hulle het nie Hamlets gespeel. Nie Hamlets daarvan, Shakespeare nie Hamlets
I
gespeel.
just wanted to ask now, is it to be or not to be?
That is a question. 38 vir CPUT, 31 vir Hamlets.
All right, Bonitas, Franschhoek, I expected a little bit of bigger fight there from Franschhoek side. 71-29, Super 8. Easter Warmers, obviously, I don't know what that was, 95-12 against UWC. Tigerberg 36 against Hamilton 35. Very tight contested one as well. And then Brackenfell Falls by 32-29. So this upcoming weekend, again, it's going to be a tough one. But this weekend, happening this weekend, 110 years of fights. 110 years of deciding who is the best in Paul. It's going to be a tough one. It is Royside against Paul Gymnasium, because obviously next week we're going to find out who's going to come and chat to us, who's not going to come and chat to us. Whoever comes is either going to be crying or smiling. So you have to stay tuned for that. All right. Okay. So that's it.
Kan ek iets sê?
That's all the results.
Kan ek iets sê?
Ja.
Ja, ons voor ons met ons gaste ook gaan praat net dat die advertentiebreek. Die mense, die produksiespan is ook self geskei. Die produksiespan is ook self geskei. Hulle wil jou nie in die oë kykie. Hulle kyk net links of regs. Dit is gimmies en dit is dan boys. Ek moet sê my bloed is blou. Ek het vanmiddag tot die seun gehad hulle daar by die skool en ons ry daar verby een van die motorhandelaars en toe kom die eerste span daar uit. Hulle het seker foto kan vat daar. En ek sê daar, ek skree daar vir Sonny Erasmus. Ek sê, daar sit een haai. Sê ek gou? En dis?
Boys eye.
Well, ja,
Okay,
pragtig.
all right. So we're back after this. So just stay tuned. You don't want to go miss this one. It is going to be now after this. We're actually talking to not one, not two, but 4 goue ouers.
Goue ouers en
After
goue
the
ouers. Ja, nou weer terug.
Okay, don't forget, every month we're going to have our celebrities doing the longest drive. But, Kapau, come and play free from the 7th until the 31st. You do not pay a cent to see how far you can drive.
'n Sent is verdiend man. Ek gaan gou probeer.
Ready.
There you go.
Dankie. Hulle sê, "Hey, hierso, Jeppe, swaai. Hou hom so lekker. Ek gaan los."
All right, welcome back. It is not just another sports show, episode number
3.
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, full house as would fire me. So, we privileged to have, Kapau, we privileged to have not just rugby, old boys here, goue ouers, but we've got hockey goue ouers as well.
So jy moet oppas wat
ek
so
gebruik
jy
ook
moet oppas wat jy
anders.
praat vanaand. So jy sit nie naaste aan hierdie manne en so.
So tonight we've got none other than from Boys Ideas. So we've got Wayne, Leon, and Samir Murat. All right, gents, good evening. Welcome to Not Just Another Sports Show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Okay, first of all, are you guys still alright? Are you still fit and like fiddles? Because I mean, still playing rugby, still running around with a hockey stick. It's supposed to be for young people, not for us. And do you play full out? I mean, you got to 5 minutes dan is klaar.
I think we're as fit as we need to be
Yeah.
on the day, and yeah, as you to answer your question, we absolutely do. It's full out warfare at inter-schools time. It always is. A lot of emotion involved and a lot of scores to settle. So every year is different. Different teams usually, different changes every year usually, but the goal remains the same.
I want to know, down here,
Before you go, can I add on that quickly? I know what you're going to say. Can I add on that? Golden Oldies Rugby, you now been playing rugby, for club rugby,
Yeah.
and still play. The hardest rugby that I ever played was a Golden Oldies inter-schools game. Because it's not about speed, it's not about skill. Everybody's heavy, everybody's strong, nobody's fast, so it's just straight and direct. It's the hardest rugby you'll ever play. Can you guys attest to
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I agree. It's probably a little faster than you think it is. It's faster than it looks. Let's put it that way.
Ek dink as jy van die stands af kyk, dan voel dit vir jou baie stadiger as wat dit vir ons voel om te speel. Ons dink ons is voluit, ons voel nog soos 'n Kobus Reinagh en 'n James Small daar op die vleuel, maar ek dink van die stands af lyk dit of ons stil staan.
Ek wil net vanaf daar inkom, ons kykers wil graag weet vanaf regs na links. Stel ek net vir julle voor wat jaar het hulle klaar gemaak en ja,
Teens aankom, klas van 89, het begin ek Golden Oldies rugby speel 20 plus jaar terug, opgehou op 49, amper 55 nou, as die voorsitter saam met my ondervoorsitter en dan ons kaptein en dan meer 'n jarelange vriend en medespeler.
Ja, Wayne Wilson, 2000 matriek gewees. En ja, dis nou my 4de, 5de jaar dat ek nou by Golden Oldies speel, ja.
Well, did you say 2000?
2000,
Yes,
great.
okay, dan sê ek ook maar seker golden oldie.
Leon Wasserval, ek was 2001 matriek. Ek is nou so 4 jaar saam met die Golden Oldies en ek het die voorreg om die manne op die veld te lei môre aand hier by Gimnaam.
I'm Thami Murat. I've been with the Golden Oldies now for about 4 years, I think. Maybe 5. Before that, I was with the All Boys Rugby and the All Boys Hockey. So I'm sort of involved with both codes. We just actually had this discussion outside, and I think I'm the only All Boy that played All Boys Hockey and All Boys Rugby after school for probably 10, 15 years. But I'm not playing this year. So I'm here to support these guys. We're a band of brothers. And I always say that coming back and seeing these guys once a year, it's not just about the game on the Saturday. It gives you some sort of peace of mind that you see your old friends and you're all getting together for a lekker game to beat up the Gimmies. So I'm here as a supporter of these guys. They'll do the work.
Now, obviously, it's about it's always about sport. But Tiens, you and I we had a discussion like I think it was weeks ago that you guys don't just stand for come together and play sport. There's more about the Golden Oldies.
Yeah, about 4 years ago, Wayne just joined us. We've been doing interschools now for many, many years, and while we've been putting our bodies on the line, we thought like maybe we can do something with this. So we got some sponsors lined up, and we got some money involved where we were helping a little bit here and there. But then one evening we chatted with Junior Berger, myself, and Wayne. A need arose between. There was a family down in Cape Town, and it just a need arose to help this kid to be part of the school, and the Scholar Fund was born that evening. It's been 4 years now, our 4th year. We've had 3 successful years where we could put a kid through school. We're not only talking about the school fees and the hostel fees, we're also talking about other things as well. Tours, kit, that type of thing that's need. And other things. That's how the Scholar Fund was born. And now we're going strength to strength. And on all our sponsors, we've got a few amazing sponsors. And they all bought into our dream and idea. And we're very grateful for that.
So obviously, how does it work for a person or business to say, all right, I want to be part of this? Do I need to be part of Boys High? Or do I need to be alumni of Boys?
No, of course not. No.
Because if they are, then otherwise I need to go back to school again. Do my matric over.
The thing is, half of our sponsors is either affiliated via their kids that went to Paul Boys, or they were Old Boy, right? Some let's say, probably not half, but a good amount. And then others are just people that feel the same that we do. They want to give back to the community. Most of our sponsors are local, Paul businesses that look after us, and to get involved with us is easy. Just give us a call.
Yeah, I think if I can add to that, it became a passion project.
Yeah.
It started as a camaraderie and just a rugby, once a year. We'll get into that, but it's obviously more than that now. But it's now about giving back because we realized there was a need. It started with the odd message about, there's a kid that needs a blazer, that his family's struggling, can we help? And, it takes 5 minutes on a message and there's enough money to put it, everyone gives something and it's like this and the problem is solved. So we just realized that we have a resource available to us in the Old Boys community. So the money doesn't come only from the sponsors, but when there's a need specifically for, even if, groceries, fuel, you name it, we jump in, we get involved, and we're about, enriching the lives of the kids as well. But often, the kids will get sponsors and they'll get bursaries, but the families still struggle, and that no one looks at. And that's what's
die een ding van ons jare wat jy op skool was, daai groepe, almal van ons het ons deesdae WhatsApp groepe. En daai groepe, sy groep byvoorbeeld was uitstekend hierdie jaar. Hulle was so betrokke by 'n spesifieke kind by die skool dat hy kon uit sy groep het apart daai kind support. Deur die Golden Oldies, deur die Scholar Fund, maar apart. Ons het die groep van 89 kyk mooi. Elke ou wat deel van die Old Boys Golden Oldies community is, wil graag help. En dit is
and maybe just to sort of quote Mr. Maurice de Vries, they did a piece this week where they interviewed him about the King Price Derby series, which obviously is linked to schools. And something he said that I want to quote, he says, the old boys are the custodians of the values of the school.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it comes in, where we get more involved by not just helping the kids, but we are we're the poster boys for the values. And if we don't represent those values out in the communities, then the kids don't know what it looks like, and they don't know what to look up to. And that's what it's about for us.
There's something I do like about what you guys do, and it's because of him that I see it all the time. There's a lot of events happening. I see a brotherhood more than individuals. So just take me through that, man. And I know you've said it. It depends on which class you at, or was in, but it's almost like there's something about you guys.
Yes, we have a amazing group of guys now, currently, that's been coming with us now. We've been building this for the last 6 years. 6, probably 7, just before COVID, right? Where we started building the squad the way that we are. So that those guys is bringing in new guys. This year is an amazing year where we've got new recruits. You must remember you've got your 5-year groups, and you've got your 28s to 38s, which we call the old boys. And then you have the 38s to Biltong, which is the golden oldies, right? So those guys is where we are at.
Yeah.
And to get new guys, 38 and older, to play is almost impossible. And the only way we could do this was start a group with younger guys. So that means we need to give them game time. So we joined the root days that Durbanville and Villages and False Bay and all those guys play. We joined it, so we play some root days with them. So that's 35 and above. So suddenly you have a new influx of younger players that will feed the 38s and above for the coming years. And then we have the 1 and 10s, and that, taking those people there, you sort of make you become a team now. It's not only one game a year now. It's not like we meet on a Wednesday night. Remember, Tamir, in the past, we don't even know each other's names. What's your name?
Yeah,
what do you
we
play?
used to meet on a Wednesday night, practice once, and then play on the Saturday.
Exactly.
It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, no. So the guy comes and he says, you used to play wing. And you go like, seriously?
Hey, come on.
Obviously,
So you quickly change the team thing quickly to your paper, and then you start. Now we play wine and stains. We play nationals, which is the Sagora Nationals, which, by the way, this year is in Paul. The 24th, 25th, and 26th of September this year. Brug Street.
So can
I want to add on something quickly.
Can
We
I
played.
in?
Yeah, anytime.
absolutely.
Anytime. Come.
Yeah.
We played Falls Bay, who plays in the league in the Western Province Oldies League, and they came to Paul looking like while they were warming up, we were looking at each other. We had 16 players.
Yes.
I wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
Tians
That was a
called
couple
me
of
and said,
weeks ago,
look, I need you here tonight to just in case. And I'm like, do you have enough players? He said, yeah, there's 25. I get there, and I walk into the top room, and I'm like, okay, there's little. I'm the only reserve. And Falls Bay's warming up with a squad of 25 players, and I'm thinking to myself, we're probably going to get a hiding tonight. First 5 minutes, the wing gets injured, and Tians looks at me. And I'm like, wing! I play in the forwards. And I went in and played wing, and we beat them 5 tries to 2.
Yeah.
That's we don't realize how good or how strong our squad actually is to be able to come together and beat a team that plays in the league
More
every
regularly
week
than we do, yeah.
to that level. Even they said, look, you guys are a good squad. So kudos to Tians and Wayne for putting together. They've been building up, they do a lot of work behind the scenes, and they've been building up a strong squad. So if we don't win on Saturday, on tomorrow night, on Wednesday, then I think we'll have a different conversation.
Voor ons daarby môre aan se bestuur gaan kom, sê vir my julle as die manne wat kinders help en so wat is julle doelwitte vorentoe en as die organisasie wat beplan julle, wat ek kan sien hier voor ons sit 'n pa, 'n man, 'n vriend, 'n broer, in manne vol emosies. Ek het dit nou al gesien al. Die week wat begin het. Ek was hier 'n boys hire, die series 'n boys hire en it's crazy. Hy man is crazy daar by. Maar wat ek vir julle vra, ek kan sien hier's 'n klomp emosies wat hier saamspeel. Wat is julle doelwit?
Jy weet, ek dink ons doelwit is natuurlik om betrokke te wees by die skool, om terug te gee wat ons gekry het van die skool af. En dit en op so 'n manier te doen dat ons 'n bydrae lewer in hulle loopbane of hulle lewens op wat op 'n manier. Ons doelwit aanvanklik het begin met hoe raak ons meer betrokke in spesifiek met die waardes van die skool. Jy weet, hoe kan ons die ouens weer met sokkies op te trek? Hoe kan ons die skool weer op 'n plek waar ons dit onthou? En jy kan nie dit you can't demand dit. Jy kan dit nie net jy weet kry nie. Jy moet dit verdien. Jy moet daai respek verdien. En dit is wat ons doen. Ons doen dit op so 'n manier dat ons rugby speel, ons eie lywe op die spel sit ook om daai respek te verdien. Maar ook om dan nou betrokke te wees en 'n verhouding te bou met die skool, wat ook nou maar oor die jare vir bietjie verbrokkel het. So ons het bietjie werk te doen wat dit aanbetref as Old Boys en ons wil wys ons gee om. Ons wil nie iets van die skool af teruggee nie. Ons wil gee. En hoe ons doen is op die regte manier om betrokke te wees om die skool te help groei. En dan nou, jy weet die fonds self is maar klein nog eintlik, jy weet ons help 1, 2, miskien seuns wat ons kan sover. Ons sal graag 10, 20 wil help as ons kan. As dit met 'n paar talks hier of selfs deur ons connections met 'n agent vir kontrak, jy weet ons raak self betrokke met daai tipe goed. So nee, al is dit verhoudings wat ons het in gesprekke wat ons het. So dit is regtig waar dit gaan. Dit gaan vir ons oor die kinders, dit gaan oor die waardes dat hulle uit die lewe uit jy weet buitentoe gaan met as goeie gentlemen van ons skool wat ons almal daai waardes gekry het.
Okay, so you're playing tomorrow night. Obviously, for those, it is a pre-recorded show, and it's on a Tuesday, and the show is available on Thursdays. Now we're playing tomorrow night. I'm gonna watch the socials. We're gonna go. We're gonna stick it.
Ja, ek weet nie.
Okay.
It's down the road, you got no
Down the
excuse.
road,
Yeah, it's just down the road.
I want to come and see. So what? Do you have a game plan for tomorrow?
I can't tell you.
Top secret. Ek dink nommer 1 is ons grootste doelwit tussen ons en Gim net om die game te geniet. Ek meen dit bly 'n ongelooflike voorreg om op ons ouderdom nog te kan rugby speel, om gesond te kan wees om dit te kan doen. So ons is baie dankbaar daarvoor en dit bly voorreg om voor so 'n groot crowd te kan speel. Ek meen ek praat van 'n paar jaar terug het ons 'n Old Boys game gehad waar daar 17,000 mense opgedaag het vir 'n game vir interskole. So dit is nie net nog 'n Woensdag aand game, daai passie en daai trots vir beide die Boys Highers en die Gimmies kom deur daai aand. Dit is hoekom Wayne en hulle gesê het voorheen, dit is die hardste game wat jy seker in jou lewe gaan speel. Ek het die voorreg gehad om eerste span te speel in my jaar op Foreststraat teen Gim. En dit het ek gedink was 'n harde game gewees. Teen Skalk Burger en 'n paar van daai manne van daai jare. Tot ek die Golden Oldies gejoin het en ek dink ek het besef daai tyd daar was nie 'n harder wedstryd gewees as daai eerste Golden Oldies game wat ek gespeel het.
Just add that you beat Skalkburger. Let's just add that he beat Skalkburger. Ja, Hugo Jacobs.
Ja.
Hugo Jacobs, our flank, he made Skalkburger, he's...
Come on, ask you.
Ja, maar Skalk.
How many days you take off after old Golden Oldies day?
So vra hom.
Hierdie week is al nie genade nie, dis interskole week. So jy het die Golden Oldies of Old Boys games die Woensdag aand, dan het jy die Old Boys golf die donderdag. So dan het jy Groot Brek die Vrydag. Al die skole rugby en hockey en netbal
en
uniefunksies en dan die Saterdag. So ons rus eers Sondag.
Ja.
Na Woensdag. So daar is
nie no work.
We try.
Okay, and I want to get to the hockey because obviously the old boys are Golden Oldies hockey. Full out, full team. Or
let me give you a bit of background. So I played hockey on school, and then I played club rugby for Vineyards. And in 1998, I was matric in 97. In 1998, there wasn't Old Boys hockey. So I contacted the guys of Gim that I know, and the guys of Boys Eye. I organized La Rochelle's fields, the Otain fields that's now. And we literally had I remember my brother Atli was our goalkeeper, and he's a rugby. We didn't have players. And that was in 1998. We all just came with a white t-shirt. Khum also had white t-shirts because the idea, we didn't know, we didn't have kit. So Khum rocked up in white t-shirts and we rocked up in white t-shirts, and then we ended up just playing in whatever mixed t-shirts we had, and it was probably 20 or 30 spectators there. And that was in 1998. And then from there onwards, it just grew. Sponsorships came involved. I started a small committee, took it forward, and then the All Boys hockey just grew to the level where it is today. From 98 to about 2000, I captained it every year and organized it. And then at 30 years old, I went to go and play All Boys rugby for the first time, which I enjoyed. And then I decided to more focus on the rugby side of the All Boys, but played a bit on both sides. Now I just manage the All Boys hockey. I'm too old to play. We've also brought in, after school, we just had one team, but now it's grown to the level where we have the young guns. So it's 18 to 25. And then I won't call it golden oldies. We have an old boys team. So over 25 is the old boys team, and under 25 is the young guns. So we actually have 2 hockey sides playing against Khum every year. And the nice thing about this year is it's at Khum again. So when it's at Khum, everything happens at the same place.
Same venue.
So that 17,000 can happen again because it's rugby, it's hockey, it's old girls netball, and old girls hockey.
Yes.
So everything happens at Khum tomorrow. Whereas if it's at Boys Eye, then we normally do the hockey on the Tuesday night at Girls Eye, and the netball at Girls Eye, and we do the rugby at Brug Street on the Wednesday. But when it's at Khum, we try and do everything on the Wednesday night so that you can actually see everything. So tomorrow night, I'll be organizing the Young Guns kit, doing a team talk, running down to watch the All Boys rugby, running up to do the kit and the team talk with the over 25 hockey, going to the tog room to sing with these guys, and then watching a bit of their game, watching a bit of hockey. So I've been running between both codes. But the All Boys hockey it's grown really strong. André Wessels has taken over from me because, I'm not always in the country this time of the year. And he's done a phenomenal job. It's grown to a level where I think it would rival any All Boys hockey team in the world, if I would say, to the level and the magnitude. So it's just grown. So I'm proud that it started in 1998. And to see where it is today, sponsors, kits, the same way that these guys are operating the All Boys rugby, I feel that I can hand it over to Andrich and just watch and take a back seat from now on.
And then you guys must go pitching and help you guys. Okay. Our time is literally running out because we've got such a massive pack. So if anybody would like to get into Canterbury Dogs, how can they agree?
We have a social media page on Facebook, which is the Golden Oldies. They can just hi as Golden Oldies. Please follow us. That would be amazing.
I think we're following them now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Please do. Yeah. And so that way, or via WhatsApp, you've got my number. You can put it up there. I don't mind. Any which way they want to get involved.
And I think through the Old Boys office of both, I think Boys Eye and Khum. Please reach out. They've got all the necessary contact details for the people that's involved with the different teams, etc. And come and join it. It's an enormous privilege to still be part of the school and enjoy inter-schools almost to the same level as the kids do this week in
Can I take this opportunity just to thank the Old Student Union, Wouter Warnig and his team, and Nollies, the Fries from the school. We have an amazing partnership with them. We work very, very well together. And we do appreciate what they're doing for us. And that's why we are doing what we are doing as well. It's a team sport. It takes a village to go.
All right. My laaste 2 vraagjes is voorspelling môre aan.
Kijk, het gevra vir 'n gameplan. Gevra vir 'n gameplan. Ons enigste gameplan is om meer punte aan te teken as jou oppositie.
En dan wil ek net sê, julle net daar vir die mense, julle daar kyk na die kamera toe en julle moet net sê vir die mense, daar's net een haai en dis
Boys Eye! Alright. After this, we've got Faith coming up. So stay tuned, you do not want to go anywhere. Welcome back to Not Just Another Sports Show. It's all codes, all passion, one show. Now, today we celebrate a remarkable 10-year journey. One that began began actually when Faith was just 7 years old. Uh, Filled with achievements, obstacles, unwavering belief as well. And from double gold at the SA under 16 in 2024, through challenges of 2025, to becoming ASA under 18 100 meter champion in 2026. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she is about to leave South Africa and represent SA at the World Under 20 Championship. Sy's vinniger as ek. And I believe I am the fastest in the room. I believe it. I'm faster than you, Kapau. That I do not.
Definitief. Definitief, jy sê dan die suurstof tankie voor my.
We are actually honored to have one of the fastest members in the room at the moment, and actually in the country as well, Faith Bonney. Faith, good evening. Welcome to Not Just Another Sport. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
I am absolutely well. Faith, first of all, why are you so fast, man?
Just a gift from God.
You're from God.
Not something that came from the parents or anything. Just blessed with this talent.
But are they athletes as well, the parents?
No, not one of them.
Not one of them.
Not
Okay,
one of
so,
them.
so where did it all start for you? I mean, at the age of 7 years old, already running quick. Tell me about it.
It started at Mulam Lloyd Primary School. That was my primary school in grade R. It's an event that they host for grade R's to compete in athletics event because we don't have sports much at the age of 5 years old. So we have this one race, 50 meters run, participated therein. Then in grade 1, they start choosing athletes. And then this teacher, Mr. Baxter, and one of my grade R teachers, said that they should take me because I came first in my race at this previous event in grade R. And it started from there. Yeah.
And then working with Coach Jock, how has that experience been?
Wow. I started at Coach Jock Putma in grade 2 when I was only 7 years old. Started training at his Club Belief Sports Ministry. Since then, it was just normal athlete coach and whatever. But since grade 5, our relationship has changed immensely. We are, I want to say, we are on a dad-child relationship. I take him as my father. I really appreciate his efforts and what he has been doing for me. He keeps on believing me, and he's the one person that always stands behind me through everything.
Okay, so I want to look back now. She had amazing. I mean, if you look at the accolades, if you look at what you've achieved, I want to look at 2024 ASA under 16 double gold. Heeft het kop toe gegaan, or did you say, okay, I can actually do more, and I want to go to the Olympics?
Looking back at ASA 2024, it was my first ASA year taking part in the ASA competition, and it was set as goals. We're going there. I'm only gonna do 100 meters, achieve the goal in the 100 meters, and then as the competition went further, we decided, okay, I'm going with the 200 as well. And before my 200 event, I got really sick and everything, so I couldn't warm up, and it's very important to warm up as an athlete. You don't want to hurt any muscles, and it really took strength to believe, power from God, praise between me and Coach Jog, and I made it. And to be honest, after that ASA 2024, it didn't really sink in for me, for my family, for Coach Jog. People usually ask, how does it feel? How does it feel? And I don't know how to react on it because it's just a simple race. We set the goal, I achieved it, I'm grateful for it, I'm thankful to God for giving me that opportunity. But it just feels normal. It's something I love, I do with passion. And after that, I wouldn't say Olympics, that wasn't on my mind or anything. But yes, it was just a humble experience.
Kyk, en dan te kom, bijvoorbeeld jy nou wat jy nou jouself nou beskryf nou en so, dit vertel vir my baie van die liefde vir atletiek en so. Sê vir my, jy het opgegroei, het daar rondgehardloop, rondgeval. Wie is jou sporticoon? Wat jy nou besef nou, jy is jou eye sprinter. Who's your icon? Who's the person, the athlete you look up to?
Actually, to be honest, Shelly Ann Fraser Price from Jamaica. She's someone I actually look up to quite a lot. She's just as small built as me. People usually look at the tall ones, the muscular ones. But also from where she comes from, her background, nothing stopped her financially or anything. Um, yeah, it's just a passion for athletics and the drive to go forward and do something when it seems impossible for everyone, just to achieve what you think you can achieve. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing is this, when you compete against other countries, and you know, sometimes you feel like, hey, this is USA, this is this country. What's your mindset? Because the same way you look at them, they're looking at you. So how do you approach that?
At the end of the day, we're all human. We're all here for the same thing, for the same sport. We're all here to enjoy it. So um, I never look at someone with the attitude of you bigger than me, you from this province or this country. I'm always focused on myself. You're here to do your thing. I'm here to do my thing. So yes, it's not looking at you with a fear or whatever. Like I said, we're all just human. We're all here just to enjoy something that we love.
Now, you're about to leave and represent South Africa, um, literally on the world stage. How do you feel when you got the call and said, okay, Faith, you need to get yourself ready. You need to pack your bags already. Pack enough spikes because you need to beat them all. You're gonna run holes in your soles. How was the feeling like? What was the where were you when you actually got that?
So, World Under 20 Championships. Just remember, I'm only 17 years old. At the time, I was 16, and then it was set as a goal. So we're going to ASA, but the main goal is to qualify, run qualifying times to qualify at World Under 20 Championships. And we pray on it. We said this is our goal, this is our vision for the year. And I went to compete at the ASA under 18 championships. I ran the qualifying times.
So what was that? Like, what was
The qualifying times was 11.79.
See, I'm faster. 10.
So the qualifying times were 11.79. I clocked 11.61. And then there was, so they take two. So my thoughts on it was, okay, I ran my qualifying times, which was already achievement to qualify, to run a qualifying time. But I don't know if I'm going to be chosen to be part of the team to go there. And I was at home when my coach called me. Yes, I was at home.
What were you doing?
I was at home just chilling.
Eating?
No.
What, reading a book?
No.
Doom scrolling?
No. Just watching TV. But anyways, in any case, coach, no, my teacher from Marley, from Paul Girls Eyes, she called me and she said, geluk Faithy, ons so trots op jou. And I'm like, and then I knew, okay, this must be worlds. The feeling I felt in that moment was proud. Just wanted to hear Coach Chalk. I was just wanted to hear how he's feeling and everything. But I was proud. I know that God has big plans for me. And I knew that He was in this whole vision, all the girls. So to be honest, I knew it was going to happen because I believe. I believe in everything I do. I trust God. I trust the process. So it was just being proud in that moment that me and Coach Chalk have achieved this.
So what is your goal for the worlds and worlds?
The goal for this, I already achieved my goals to participate there, but it's just the experience to get exposure on that level about how things are. Like it's it's like mini Olympics at this point. It's World Under 20. You're running against these amazing athletes, country, Jamaica, USA. So I'm just going there to get experience, exposure, see how things are for when I'm going there actually to achieve my other goal or anything.
Now, this is the one question I would like to know, like an honest answer now from you, okay?
But every answer is great.
Yeah, man. But this is something different because mom and dad is sitting in the audience. So if you get a call up or somebody approach you from the US, because obviously their training facilities is very high performance, and you scholarship to stay that side. Want to take it? Or are you going to come home?
I'm coming home.
She just gave an answer before that. She trusts the process and she trusts in the Creator. That was the answer
Yeah,
before.
she's going to come home.
And for me, it's very important. She's setting the example for the young athletes there. I know there's another youngster coming through from La Rochelle. Don't know what's her name. Have you competed against other you different ages? Then?
Oh, with different ages, but sometimes me, my coach, Coach Job Woodma, connect with her coach, Coach
Yeah.
Paul. So then we go to paddle. So then we train together. So we have overspeed sessions together. But we have never competed against each other because she's 3 years younger, 2-3 years younger than me. But we train together sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's fast?
Sorry?
Who's fast?
Who's fast?
Who's the fastest? She's the
No,
fastest.
who's fastest?
She runs 11.8. I think that's a personal best, and mine's 11.6. So you
I
can
told you.
probably answer that question.
Okay, if you have one message for young people now, I want you to look into that camera. Speak to that person now, to that young girl looking up to you, because obviously you're a role model now. Girls are looking up to you because of what you've achieved. Girls are looking up to you for where you're gonna be, because at the end of the day, it's not gonna stop here. It's gonna go further than this. So I want you to look into that camera 2. Speak to that young girl sitting there and watching this now, and say, "Yo, I've got faith in faith."
Nothing comes easy. Everything you have to do, you got to work for. Trust in your Creator, which is God. He always has a plan. Like for when things feel silent, when you're praying and you want something, you need something, and you feel like God is not there, He's not hearing your prayers or anything. That's actually the time when God actually works. That's when He knows what He's gonna do for you in the future. So yes, just trust in the process. That's all I can say. Trust in God. He works in mysterious and miracle ways that I always like to tell others that I'm a living testimony of answered prayers. Like
Amen.
I've experienced it. I've experienced it multiple times, and at this point I can't give it to anyone else. What I do is for the Lord. Without Him, I always fumble. Without Him, I'm nothing. So anything you do in life, trust in Him. And be positive and have fun always. That's the most important thing. Have fun, not too much pressure. If it's something you love, just enjoy it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's faith for you. Make sure you follow her on social media.
Yeah, I just wanted to say now, this is episode 3 for me. Yours full of emotions, this man.
Can somebody be a
I felt the emotions coming through when the old boys from Boys I spoke about their campaign and their story told. And now you're telling us a different. You're also telling a story, but you brought the Creator in your story. And sometimes you setting the standards. You setting an example. Hy weet gou wanneer ek wil hy.
Dis hoekom ons moet gaan vir 'n advertensiebreek. Okay, here we go. Thank you. So don't forget, we back after this. When we do come back, Kapau, he say favorites, yeah, as was Gardens and wie?
Nee,
Okay,
ek is 'n Parelpoeder man, ek is 'n Parelstreek man.
Nee, maar ek vra vir jou man, wat is van Gardens of wie?
Almal is my gunsteling hierdie Parel. Almal is my gunsteling.
Okay. It's a good thing. Anyway, all right, we'll be back after this, but do not forget, this show is brought to you with the compliments of the Tina's Sports Restaurant, as well as Lucky Auto Cars and Gosh.
Ja,
Wat gaan dit op Carvas?
Tina's Restaurant, dis die tuiste van sport. Ons is nou weer terug.
Okay, don't forget, every month we're gonna have our celebrities doing the longest drive. But Kapau, come and play free from the 7th until the 31st. You do not pay a cent to see how far you can drive.
'n Cent is verdiend man. Ek gaan gou probeer.
Ready.
There you go.
Dankie. Hulle sê, uitjie so, jippe, swaai, hou hom so lekker. Ek gaan los. Welkom terug na die advertensie en baie weer eens geluk aan Faith wat vir ons gaan verteenwoordig in die Drakens en die Parel. Wel, ons is hier so.
At the Venus Sports Restaurant, he's nog altijd emotional. He's still emotional. Kapau, don't worry me. She will come back as a champion and with gold medals. Let's have a get Kapau. We still need 2 more players for our team. 4 ball. But we make it our 10 ball because our handicap sucks. Alright, so what's going to happen is through the month of August, at the Venus, they have a massive Augusta on the simulator, which is happening. So, up until the end of this month, you can still come and play for free. Get your practice around in, because on the 3rd of August, it kicks off. It is a Venus Augustus.
Ja, nee. En ja, dit is die tuiste van sport, Athena's restaurant hier in die Hoofstad in die Parel. Baie dankie weer eens aan hulle. Ja,
so before you go, what do you mean again?
Wat is die?
Ja, by die Augustus, die Augustus.
Wat van Augustus?
What do you mean?
Augustus.
A year's supply of beer.
Ja, jy weet 'n jaar. Luister, die vierbal kompetisie is aan die gang. Dit kan binnekort begin. Wanneer? Wat is die datum?
3rd of August.
3 Augustus en die wenner van hierdie vierbal kompetisie. Jy speel daar nie in Augustus nie, is nou wel Augustus. Jy speel daar op Augustus. Die ek dink dis die tuiste van golf ook, né?
Ja.
Alright, ons sal nou daar luister ook vir 'n golfmeester hier langs ons en die wenner soos gesê wen 'n jaar se bier op voorraad. As dit nou 'n man soos hy is wat nou gaan deelneem en hy is deel van die wenspan, word daar vir hom die kerk se gemmerbier geskenk vir die jaar. En julle weet hy kerksusters maak hy gemmerbier dan lekker sterk. So,
yeah, because they especially for the throat and for the flu. But anyway, you know what? It's sports, and we've got the rugby this weekend as well. Oh, cold!
Ja, pa.
You spend this weekend at Clearfield, so but somebody else can explain it much better than us.
Ja.
Has joined us.
Ja, ek was die naweek was daar by die afsluiting van die eerste ronde van die Parelstreek se rugby kompetisie. Fenomenaal. Die mense, die skare is opgedag en jy kan sien naweek na naweek die mense stiek uit. Hulle daag op in groot getalle. Almal skree, maar as ons weer van die veld af loop is almal weer vriende. Maar ek is bevoorreg om vanaand dit is die voorsitter van die Parelkode se rugby saam met ons hierso by not just another sport so hierso in die ateljee te kry. Alle kodes. Meneer, goeienaand, stel vir u voor.
Goeienaand sê, my naam is Eugene Andries, voorsitter van die Parel Rugby Kode. Lekker om hier by julle te wees, Kapau en partner. Ek sien dit gaat sommer lekker hierso. En dankie dat julle gedink het aan om die rugby hier te kry. Ons net so toevallig ons is al klaar in die tweede ronde. Ons al 2 wedstryde gespeel. So ja, dinge loop.
Ja, die afgelope naweek se wedstryde wat kan jy meer praat oor? Is ek maar nou die mekaar kom kyk maar nou minder rugby daar op Tal Josefat die getalle ondersteuners wat by die dag groei.
Ja, natuurlijk. Dit is mos maar soos verlede naweek was dit nou Young Gardens en Parel Rangers. So die skade was daar en dit was 'n titaniese stryd. Ongelukkig was daar verloder en by die eindtelling het dit bepaal 2019 in Young Gardens se guns. Want soos hulle op Facebook sê, Gardens het nou bepaal die robots wie moet stop en wie moet ry. Dis hoe ek het maar gesien het op Facebook. Maar ook ander wedstryde wat plaasgevind het, Young Peoples het gespeel teen Amadeus, waar Young Peoples ongelukkig die onderspit gedelf het. En Young Stenners het gespeel teen Louwpaal het maar net sy seëgetog voortgesit. Hulle het die top op die loop. En dan was dit mos nog maar my plaaspannetjie, wat hulle sê plaaspannetjie, wat nou die mense skrik maak,
Ja.
waar Pale United 3 dood vir Riverstones gewen het, en dit was goeie rugby aan die einde van die dag gewees.
Ja, Eugene, ek wil vir jou sê, jy praat nou van jou plaaspannetjie Parel United. Wat gebeur tans dan daar? Hoe kry julle dit toe reg om hierdie span wat nou altyd in die agterspeen gelei het, om hulle weer op hy vlak te bring?
Kyk, Kapo, hy daar van 50, 60 verloor is verby. Daar's 'n bietjie manne wat ingevoer het in die stelsel, en soos die dametjie van tevore gesê het, trust the process, en dit is wat ons tans mee besig is. Almal koop in wat betrokke is by die klub. Whether sy van die plaas is of whether jy in die town bly, daar's nie so 'n ding nie. Ons is 'n klub en ons strategie is, ons beplanning is, ons wil tussen die eerste 4 eindig hierdie jaar. Tans lê Parel United 5de. Daar's nog baie games wat oor is. So ja, die plan is daar en ons gaan hom uitvoer. En vir die manne wat deel is van die plan, kan ek ook maar net sê, dankie, player coaches, almal koop in. So dit gaan goed met Parel United op die oomblik.
Eugene, dis die komende naweek, kan jy sê wat highlights kan ons nou kyk, wie en waar speel almal?
Komende naweek is dit nogal 'n full house in die Parel, Gim en Boys die derby voor. Dan is dit ons club rugby, die Dallas Falls Saterdag, asook 'n wedstryd op Boylow, waar Vineyards speel teen CPUT, die Super League B manne. Wedstryd om na uit te sien die naweek op Dalhousie is tussen Louwepal en Albions. Albions lê so kort kop boek aan ons, 1 punt boek aan ons, maar die kompetisie is straks so, dit gaan eintlik 'n goeie game wees. Parel Rangers gaan Mondium toe, en dan die ander wedstryde is tussen Young Stennets en Riverstones. Parel United speel Drakenstein, en Young Peoples speel teen Hens and Hearts op Betaal A. So dit lekker vol veld, al die velde is vol die naweek. So en ons kinders wil net rugby, en ons mense wil rugby kom kyk. Hulle wil hulle geniet.
Wat is die prys vir diegene wat nie weet wat prys is vir die kyk. Kom ons gaan na toe. Want op 'n einde van die dag is dit obviously ons moet ons support en ons moet ons rugby support.
Net voor daai sê Saterdagoggend speel, ek nou vandag het hulle vir my gebel, Klein Liedeburg speel Saterdag teen Hoërskool Tilbag op die Dal. Dat hulle speel op die CND velde. Ek het hulle toestemming gegee. Toegangsgelde by die hekke is R30, seniors vir die, en dan is dit skoolkinders, studente 20, en dan as jy jou motor wil inkom is dit R20.
Kan ek nie mekaar inkom?
Hang net af wat hoe moet jy vra. Maar ja, ons maak dit toeganklik vir almal, en jy is gekoppel aan die wensplanne wat jy moet toepas. Ek is die events organizer, so daar's baie reëls. Is nie net meer van those days wat jy net kan kom en gaan soos jy wil nie. Dit werk ongelukkig nie meer so nie. Daar's reëls verbonde aan alles dit, tot jy kan nie meer met glasbottels inkom nie, want jy kan met blikkies bier, sulke goed wat jy kan inkom, maar daar gaan nog baie verandering kom in die toekoms ook wat die dal betref, en dan veral op die kraal ook, wat ons nou nog mee besig is. Ons speel nog nie daar nie, ons het 1 wedstryd daar gespeel, maar by die week se vergadering was daar besluit, ons gaan nie nou eers op die kraal speel as gevolg van daar's 'n paar probleempies, maar dit gaan ons uitstryk met Drakenstein munisipaliteit.
Eugene, my vraagie aan jou is, jy is die leier van die Parelkode, tans gaan dit daar by die Parelkode, en dit is hoekom ons weer ook ingekry het hierso.
Ja, daar is maar probleme, maar ons is daar om uit te sorteer. Wat ek wel kan sê is, die WPE het mos nou die streekspan op begin.
Ja.
En die streekspan van die Parel is tans onoorwonne. Die onder 20 span is onoorwonne en die senior span is onoorwonne. So dis eintlik baie goed, dit wys jou waar lê die rugby talent. Dit is maar aan die Parel. Ons het al 1 game weggespeel, ons het gewen en 'n soliede naweek ook. So die next ene kom ook nou oor 2 weke af. So die manne is daar, die kinders geniet hulle, want jy speel in 'n streekspan, want wat gaan gebeur ook is, die streekspan gaan nog op 'n toer ook, so dit is alles wat in die pipeline is. So ja, die kinders sien uit. Hulle wil rugby speel en is dit al die klubs uit wat die players verkies word. Ons kyk nou nog daar, ek het met meneer Heinz wat die media man is by die streekspan, ons het gepraat die ander dag. 'n Target wat ons nou het, ons moet 'n vrouespan op die been bring. Dit is wat baie belangrik is. Ons moet daarna kyk, want hier is baie rugby spelers in die Parel, vroue spelers. Veral ek het terloops vir die week op die dal met Veruska gepraat. En sy is vir dit, so is maar net 'n meeting wat opgeset moet word en dan moet sit vorentoe vat. Want hier is talent.
Eugene, ek weet as baie wat jy nou saam met ons gedeel het en dat die alles lyk baie ek gaan sê rooskleurig because daar is vordering, daar is bewyse dat julle definitief saam like 'n unit is man. En die unity daar so is om te sê, you know what, let's have fun, let's have rugby, but let's do it in a respectable way. So if I'm gonna say kudos to you for that, and you and your team, and maar jy moet terugkom man, because I want to know about die streekspan. Hoekom is ek hier in 'n streekspan?
Ja, ons het vanaand 'n klomp grapjas hierso by Not Just Another Sport Show en julle kan sien dan daar die advertensie wat wys 'n deel van ons borgers. Dit is die Lucky Auto Cars en 'n karwassery wat ons hy voertuig dan ook dan binnekort kan oorhandig. Ek sien so hy se naam is daar voorop. Ek dink 'n foute naam is.
Dis baie lekker. Eugene, as dat boodskap is wat jy nou, especially met die jong spanne wil gee, wie wil deel, wat wil sê, okay maar, hulle wil kies vir watter span hulle wil gaan speel, especially in die PRF. Kyk, gooi jy boodskap nou vir hulle neer.
Nee, kyk, ons weet almal wat ons gebeur met die jong span vandag is. Dit gaan met waar die vriende is. Die vriende besluit waar jy gaan speel en those days toe ek nog rugby gespeel het, jy was passionate, jy was committed to your club. Maar vandag is iets anders, so dit gaan maar ons die ouer gardes, ons moet ons kinders moet maar reg leer. Dit kyk vir my wat vir my so passievol is nou wat my seun het by Roses gespeel. Hy top 12 gespeel vir die jaar. En toe die season begin, toe gaan hy Grabouw toe uit vir Grabouw gaan speel. Maar toe ons liga begin, toe sê hy vir my, Daddy, ek kom terug. En toe kom hy na Parel United toe, hy speel nou by my. En ek bedoel, hy kom met die top 12 uit en baie mense het vrae gevra. Dit gaan baie jou hart lê aan die einde van die dag in jou dissipline. En soos die dametjie van tevore gesê het is, must believe. Dis waaroor dit gaan. En daar's 'n God, hoe kan ons almal so koppe glo in hom en dinge sal regloop. Ek is môre nie meer by die bestuur nie, maar daar wil ek 'n legacy agterlos wat sê ons rugby moet steeds voortgaan en dit is waarvoor ons almal daar is. Ons is almal weg môre, maar rugby gaan nog altyd daar bly en die mense wat daar gaan wees wat aan die stuur gaan wees van die sake moet op 'n positiewe noot dit kan voortvat en dis waaroor dit gaan. Ons kinders wil net rugby jol, dis waaroor dit gaan mense. Van kleins af tot groot, hulle wil rugby speel.
Alright, Kapau, ek dink volle program vir vanaand. Eugene, baie dankie. Jy moet terugkom.
Ek dink ons gaan net 'n segment maak waar die Parelstreek ook hulle storie kan kom vertel hoe dinge verloop het aan die afloop die wedstryde en so. En baie dankie Eugene op kort kennisgewing dat jy vir ons gesê het ja, jy wil graag ook inkom en jy het gehoor van hierdie Not Just Another Sport Show.
Die mense praat daarvan, hè?
Die mense praat daarvan.
All codes, all passion, one show. Alright, ons is nou weer terug. We're back in a short while. But to tell you about one thing, and one thing only, where you can find yourself a good second and goal. Welcome back to Not Just Another Sports Show. It is all codes, all passion, one show. Kapau, thank you very much once again for an exciting show actually. They get a branders and nodig net na. But obviously, our episode 4 is also going to be a very nice one. that I can tell you now because we're gonna have. Are you a drummy?
Misschien is aan die drumlijn. Voor ja,
No,
ik heb gehoord dat...
I'm talking about drumming. Man, drumming is a tension.
Ik heb gesteeds in die stokken loop op en af, zo daar, maar ik heb gehoord van dit.
Okay, so we've got them on episode 4. Then obviously Sean Erasmus joins us as well. So now I need to tell you about something quickly. For good second-hand cars, make sure that you head over to Lucky Auto Cars and Car Wash. The number is 074 757 1514. That is 074 757 1514. They've got great second-hand cars. What you need to, and it starts at as low as 65,000 starting, and then obviously going up to obviously that is one of the cars that's on the screen at the moment, which is at the lot at the yeah. And then I've got that red BMW. They've got a TSI. Actually, awesome. Hoeveel was a TSI? Then I realized, ik rijd in Germany.
Ik moet sê net die jong mense wat nou die voertuig, hulle sal daai voertuigs maar 1 2 3 oprap. 65,000. Jo,
Ja, die
lucky
beginne,
autocars hè. Die
Okay,
beginne.
ja.
Maar ek moet sê, ja, winskopies.
Yeah. Obviously, also make sure that you need to have a valid ID, South African ID. You need to have your license. There also are people without license as well. And cash, finance, 3 months bank statement, all of that is necessary. Right. Okay, so that's it for us tonight. Kapal, thank you very much to everybody else in the background. We've got Nisha, we've got Brandon, we've got Lionel, we've got our new interns here as well. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us here tonight. It is episode 3, and we are out of here.